There's something strange about the way we live now. Not louder, not faster, just constantly seen. Every moment captured, every achievement shared, every life on display. And somehow we started keeping track, not of time, but of progress. Who's ahead? Who's doing better? Who's becoming more? And without even realizing, when did living start to feel like something we have to prove? When did normal stop feeling enough? And why is being average feel like falling behind in a race we never agreed to join? It starts quietly, not with failure, not with disappointment, but with a screen lighting up in the morning. One scroll, then another. Someone celebrating an achievement, someone traveling somewhere beautiful, someone younger, already becoming someone. And without noticing, I begin measuring my life before the day has even started. Every post feels like a reminder. Move faster, do better, be more. Suddenly, resting feels wrong. Moving slowly feels dangerous, as if standing still means being left behind. I tell myself it's motivation, that pressure is good, that success belongs to those who never stop. So I keep going, adding more goals, more plans, more expectations I never used to carry. But somehow, the harder I try to become enough, the further enough seems to move. Being ordinary begins to feel like failure. A normal day feels small. Quiet progress feels invisible. And I start wondering, if my life isn't impressive enough to post, does it even matter? The mind doesn't rest anymore. Even in silence, there is a voice asking, what else should you be doing? Why aren't you there yet? Achievement turns into urgency. Dreams turn into deadlines, and without realizing, I stop living moments and start chasing versions of myself that never stay long enough to be reached. Somewhere between inspiration and expectation, pressure is born. Not from who I am, but from who I think I need to become. I scroll, and somehow, everyone else seems to be living a life that feels complete. Smiles that never fade, moments that always shine, a life that looks effortless. But I wonder, what happens in the moments they choose not to show? The silence behind the smiles, the struggles behind the success, hidden just outside the frame. And still, I find myself comparing my ordinary days to their extraordinary moments.
Normalnya kat social media ni kita nampak benda yang apa yang kita nak dengan benda yang seronok-seronok je. Contoh macam trending, apa yang trending, lifestyle, kekayaan orang, kejayaan orang dan sebagainya. Jadi sedikit sebanyak benda-benda tadi tu dia mengubah macam mana kita pandang ataupun standard kejayaan yang mana orang ukur dulu berubah kepada satu standard yang baru. standard TikTok lah, standard apa-apalah, benda-benda tu yang mengubah benda yang naturally kita pandang normal je macam, ataupun berbeza pendapat yang normal, tapi orang rasa macam benda tu inilah dia punya kayu ukur ataupun adat baru.
It begins quietly, a thought that lingers, am I doing enough? Then another, am I enough? The more I see, the more I question my pace, my path, my worth. And somewhere along the way, I forget that my story was never meant to look like theirs. But still, there is a weight in my chest of fear, of being unseen, of being average. Maybe what we've been chasing was never real to begin with, just a collection of perfect moments stitched together until we forgot that imperfection was always part of being human. At first, it was just a thought, a quiet voice that kept asking, why am I not there yet? I tried to ignore it, but it kept coming back. In between scrolling, in between my own days, it followed me everywhere. And slowly, I stopped saying what I have and started seeing what I lack. Every achievement felt smaller. Every step felt slower, like I was always one step behind. I told myself to try harder, to do more, but the more I tried, the more tired I became. It's exhausting, feeling like you're never enough. Like no matter how far you've come, it still doesn't count. And somewhere along the way, I stopped appreciating myself because I was too busy comparing. Maybe it was never about not being enough. Maybe I was just looking at myself through the wrong lens. And maybe comparison was never helping me grow. It was only making me forget who I already am.
Jangan bandingkan diri kita dengan orang lain. Garis masa ataupun kehidupan kita adalah lain-lain. Ada orang bermula dengan keluarga yang selesa, ada orang bermula dengan keluarga yang sempit, ada orang bermula dengan keluarga yang, maaf saya cakap, miskin ataupun susah. Tapi macam mana kita buat pilihan dalam hidup ni yang menentukan macam mana kita ke depannya.
We were never just living our lives. We were measuring them, counting achievements, comparing timelines, wondering why we're falling behind. And slowly, without even realizing, we started believing that being average meant we were not enough. But average, according to who? A screen, a number, a life we were never meant to live?
In Islam, we were never asked to compete like this. We were never told to prove our worth to the world. As the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah does not look at your appearance or your wealth, but at your hearts and your actions.
Qul ya ibadiyalladhina asrafu ala anfusihim la taqnatu min rahmatillah. Allah kata, yang maksudnya, wahai hamba aku yang melebihi batas, janganlah berputus asa dengan rahmat Allah.
So maybe the problem was never you. maybe you were just measuring your life against something that was never real. And maybe being average in this world was never a loss to begin with.